In the heart of Atlanta, under the glowing lights of Truist Park, the crowd roared with every thunderous swing. A humid summer night transformed into a historic memory, and all eyes were fixed on one man, Cal Raleigh. They call him, the Big Dumper, a nickname as unorthodox as it is beloved. And on this night, July 14, 2025, he lived up to it in grand, unforgettable fashion. Because Cal Raleigh did it. He didn't just show up. He didn't just compete. He conquered. The Seattle Mariners slugger, already having etched his name in history books with 38 home runs before the All-Star break, the second most ever, added another title to his resume, Home Run Derby champion. Not just any champion, a trailblazer, a record setter, a first of his kind. He is now the first catcher in Major League Baseball history to win the Home Run Derby. A position built on grit, bruises, and resilience, had never claimed the longball crown, until now. With sweat pouring down his brow and adrenaline pulsing through every swing, Raleigh outslugged Tampa Bay's rising phenom, 22-year-old Junior Caminero, in a nail-biting finale. The stage was set, the moment immense, and Raleigh delivered like only legends do. But this was more than a solo triumph. This was a family affair. His father, standing just feet away, was the one lobbing the pitches, his own son in the batter's box, each swing more fierce than the last. Every toss was not just a pitch, but a moment frozen in time between father and son. And there, behind the plate, crouched in reverence and excitement, was Raleigh's younger brother, catching every ball not sent soaring into the Georgia sky. Together, three relays shared the field. And together, they made history. "It's surreal," Cal said, his voice cracking with emotion. "You don't think you're gonna win it. You don't think you're even going to be invited." But he was invited. And he did win it. And he did it with his family by his side. "What a night," he said again, barely able to believe it himself. In a sport that stretches back over a century, moments like these are rare, where legacy, love, and raw power collide in front of a nation. Raleigh's name now joins another Mariner immortal, Ken Griffey Jr., the man who won it 3 times and wore that same navy blue with pride. Only now, Griffey is no longer the lone Mariner with a Derby title. Cal Raleigh has stepped into the circle of greatness. And Mariners fans everywhere are grinning with pride. Because it's not just about the swings. It's about the story. The story of a catcher who was never supposed to be here. Of a guy who grew up watching the Derby, dreaming but never expecting. Of a kid who became a man, a slugger, and now, a champion. The baseball flew far and fast tonight. Over fences. Over doubts. Over history. Each swing echoed through the humid Atlanta night, a cannon blast of pride from Seattle to the south. And as the final home run cleared the wall, the stadium erupted, not just for a winner, but for a moment. A moment that belongs to Cal Raleigh, to his family, and to the game itself. The Derby has always been about spectacle. But tonight, it was about heart. About a father tossing batting practice to his son under the lights. About a brother catching each pitch with awe. About dreams turning into reality, one swing at a time. And as the crowd stood and cheered, Cal Raleigh stood taller than ever. Not just as the Big Dumper, but as baseball's biggest bat on its biggest stage. He showed the world that catchers can bash. That Mariners still matter. That legacy is built one thunderous home run at a time. This was not a fluke. This was destiny fulfilled. The catcher who dared to dream. The family who dared to believe. And the Derby that now belongs to Cal. Tonight, under the eyes of millions, he launched his name into the stars. And those stars will never forget what they saw at Truist Park. Cal Raleigh, Home Run Derby champion, forever.